This fact about Kirby Smart and the Georgia Bulldogs may blow your mind, but it will definitely trigger a lot of opposing fan bases. It's one that you may have seen in the past week or week and a half because it's relating to the NFL draft about what Kirby Smart has done as the head coach at Georgia, his ability to turn out first-round draft picks. The stat or statistic, the fact, whatever you want to call it, Kirby Smart has developed 17 first-round picks since 2017. He's only lost 16 games. We're going to talk about that. It's a crazy stat and one that just proves that Kirby Smart not only is one of the best coaches in college football, actually, he is the best coach in college football. In fact, a lot of people out there, including Aaron Murray, have called him the current king of college football, but he is well on his way to being one of the best college football head coaches of all time. He just signed the extension at Georgia. I think he's going to win multiple national championships. And by the time his career at Georgia has ended, we will look at Kirby Smart as one of the best college football coaches of all time. I'm going to be breaking down all of that. But first, gotta plug my guy, Craig Farquharson, over at collegebronze.com. He makes these bad boys. And listen, Father's Day, right around the corner. Graduation, right around the corner. This is the best gift if you have a Georgia fan in your family. Handcrafted in Roswell, Georgia. You can get one by signing up, not by signing up, but clicking on the link in the description below. Use promo code DOGPOST to get a discount. I'm telling you, this is the best gift you will find for Father's Day or graduation in the Georgia Bulldog market. This guy is tough. He's got the metal spikes. Again, 5-star gift, and you can get yours by clicking on the link in the description below. And again, if you decide to purchase, promo code DOGPOST, DAWGPOST, to get a discount. But get yours today. I love mine. So let's talk about the first round picks that Kirby Smart has developed, because I think there's going to be a fact in here that it's going to raise your eyebrows a little bit. Of course, at running back, they've got Sony Michel, who went late to the New England Patriots, ended up winning 2 Super Bowls before retiring. But what they've done on the defensive line, Trayvon Walker, #1 overall. Jordan Davis was a first-rounder. Devontae Wyatt was a first-rounder. Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith. That's 5 guys right there. Unless I'm completely missing someone. That's 5 defensive linemen that have gone in the first round under Kirby Smart and Trey Scott. But then you look at the offensive line, and it is just as impressive. Isaiah Wynn was a first-rounder early in Kirby's career at Georgia. Andrew Thomas, of course, one of the best left tackles in the NFL now. He was an early first-round pick. Isaiah Wilson, who peaked at Georgia, obviously complete bust with the Titans. I don't know if he's playing football anymore, if he's got a rap career going on that I think he was trying. Whatever. Didn't work out for him, but he was a really good player at Georgia. There was a reason he was a first-round pick. Broderick Jones last year in the middle of the first round, I believe, to the Steelers. He played a lot last year, and I think will be a full-time starter for Pittsburgh this year. And then Amarius Mims also being selected in last year's first round. He's a big deal. I believe he went to the Bengals. Busy week. Yeah, I think he went to the Bengals. But 5 first-round picks. They could have another one, next year with Ernest Green at left tackle. But the numbers are going to keep going. If you play on the offensive line at Georgia, you're going to get drafted, and more often than not, you could be a first-round pick. More often than not, there's been more players not selected in the first round than the first round, but I think you know where I'm going with it. At defensive back, a lot of second-rounders, but Eric Stokes did go in the first round. DeAndre Baker, Thorpe Award winner from that 2017. I think he won the award in 2018, though, but he was lights out at Georgia, one of the best defensive backs in college football during his time in Athens. And Lewis Cine was a safety from that 2021 national championship team. Really good player at Georgia, really good player. Injuries have set him back a decent bit, but we'll see. Hopefully he can turn that NFL career around. And of course, Brock Bowers at tight end, going to the Oakland Raiders. My buddy was a big fan of that pick, big Raiders guy. He was all about it. So they've turned into this NFL type of machine, this NFL draft monster, as it were. Year after year, you're seeing Georgia Bulldogs go early and often. And again, you look at the losses. Kirby's lost to Georgia Tech once. May never happen again while Kirby Smart's at Georgia. That wouldn't shock me at all. Kirby Smart never lost to Georgia Tech. There's no reason to. There's no excuse for it. It should not happen. Same with Vanderbilt, but the Commodores did get Kirby Smart in that first year. If we're just going 2017 on, he's got a lot more first-round picks than he does losses. But he lost to Georgia Tech in his first season. 16, I believe. I think I said 06, but 16, they lost to Tech and Vanderbilt and Ole Miss and Tennessee. So that was obviously the worst year. One loss to Auburn that didn't really even matter. It was one of the biggest wins in Auburn football program history in 2017. Turns out none of it mattered. It's like that game never happened because Georgia would go on to beat Auburn just a few weeks later in the biggest Georgia-Auburn game of all time for that SEC championship in 2017. He lost to Texas once in the Sugar Bowl, where several starters sat out the game, and he lost to Ole Miss too that first year. Just that was a tough one. That was a real tough one. That one not even close. Completely different Georgia team than what we're seeing now, but it was tough sledding for Kirby Smart year one because he said at the time, I only have a handful of guys who can play at a high level in this conference. So he, reloaded that roster quickly. And it's been a machine ever since 2017. They've been a national championship contending team. Maybe not in 20, but in 18, they were very good. And if they would have beaten Alabama in the SEC championship, like last year, they would have gone on to the playoffs. But, Alabama's a team that they've got to beat more often with Nick Saban out of there. There's no excuse for it anymore. But he's lost to Florida twice, that first season in 2020. Lost to LSU twice, 18 and 19. And then from my count, I think I could be wrong, but Kirby Smart has lost to Alabama 5 times, 17 national championship, 18 SEC championship, 2020 regular season, 2021 SEC championship, 2023 SEC championship. So, again, that's been the program that has kept Georgia from a three-peat and possibly, if everything went according to plan, 4 national championships. They obviously cost Georgia a national championship at 17, and you could say they cost Georgia a national championship last year. So if it weren't for Nick Saban and the Tide, Kirby Smart would probably have 2 more national championships. But at the end of the day, the program is not going anywhere. It's not going to take a step backwards as long as Kirby Smart's there. And I don't know if, maybe with this year's tough schedule, the number could even out as far as losses and first rounders. But next year, Georgia could have up to 5 first round picks. I think Carson Beck's going to go in the first round. I think Malachi Starks is going to go in the first round. Possibly Michael Williams. I think his potential, his ceiling could absolutely get him in that first round. Ernest Green at left tackle, if he continues to improve and develop and has a monster season as a junior, he could go in the first round. And then Small Munden, if he has another big season, he's a guy who could also sneak into the first round. Who knows? Maybe he's a mid-first rounder with a fantastic year. That wouldn't surprise me. So that's 5 guys alone that have the ability to be first rounders next year. And that's not even talking about Dylan Bell and Dom Lovin and Colby Young and Ra Thomas. With a monster year from one of those guys, we've seen NFL teams, they love wide receivers. And if 5-6 wide receivers go in the first round next year, I could definitely see maybe Dom Lovett or Dylan Bell impressing enough teams to maybe get in the first round. So Georgia's not losing 6 games next year. I think at worst 2. I think they could lose a regular season game or 2, and then maybe a game at the end if they don't win the national championship. So 3 losses at most, and that would be a devastating season if you ask the average Georgia fan. But the schedule could be one of the toughest in college football. It might just be, and they've got some tough road games. They probably have the toughest road schedule of anyone out there. And so we'll see how they manage it. They're probably going to be favored in every game, maybe not on the road at Texas, but we'll see. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be a fun season. There's no doubt about that. Tough games every week, I think, could be a real challenge. Even the games at home, they know that they're going to get their best from Auburn. They know they're going to get their best from Tennessee and Athens. I don't think it's going to be enough, but at Ole Miss could be tricky. At Kentucky is never easy. They always get the job done, but it's never easy. Never looks great. They're going to go to Alabama in Tuscaloosa. Obviously, a tough place to play. They've got that game circled, obviously. And it's Georgia coming to town, and place is going to be packed. Big deal when the Dogs come to Tuscaloosa. And then Austin, Texas. That place is, that's going to be one of the biggest home games in Texas football history when Georgia comes to town. It's going to be a different vibe. I keep hearing it's great out there, and I expect it to be even better with Georgia coming over there to play. So we'll see how it goes. Georgia's going to be really good, but they're always going to pump out first-round picks because of the way they recruit, the way they develop. Doesn't matter if you're a 5-star or a 3-star. If you do your job at Georgia and work hard and learn and compete at a high level and get better at practice every day and make the plays, you could be a first-round pick. There's a lot of eyeballs when you play at Georgia, everyone's watching. There is a lot of pressure when you play at a place like Georgia where the expectations and the standards are so high, but that's why you come to Georgia, to play in front of millions and millions of people and thousands every Saturday. So it is a big deal. But hey, again, sign up to Dog Post, but get yourself one of these Bulldogs too. It's the perfect gift for Father's Day, graduation. If you're looking for a gift, it's it right here, and you can buy one in the description below. Again, use promo code DOGPOST to get a discount on this bad boy, DAWGPOST. Don't forget that. Thanks for watching this video. I'll see you on the next one, and then I'll see you on the website as well. Thanks for watching.